welcome to my channel, where we talk about all things related to health and wellness. Today, I want to share with you 15 foods that you should avoid in order to live a longer and healthier life. But before we get started, I want to remind you that a healthy diet is one that is balanced and includes a variety of foods. It's also important to consult with a healthcare professional before making drastic changes to your diet. Now, let's dive in. Number 1. Processed meats, such as bacon, hot dogs, and deli meats are high in saturated fat, sodium, and preservatives. These additives can cause a variety of health problems, including cancer, heart disease, and obesity. Studies have linked the consumption of processed meats to an increased risk of cancer, particularly colorectal cancer due to the compounds called nitrites and nitrates found in it, which can be converted into cancer-causing agents in the body. Additionally, the high levels of saturated fat and sodium found in processed meats can lead to high blood pressure and cholesterol, increasing the risk of heart attack and stroke. Number 2. Refined carbohydrates, such as white bread and pastries, are high in refined sugar and have a low fiber content. Consuming refined carbohydrates can lead to weight gain and an increased risk of diabetes due to the refined sugar, which can cause spikes in blood sugar level, and also because they lack the beneficial nutrients found in whole grains. Additionally, refined carbohydrates are low in fiber, which is essential for maintaining a healthy gut microbiome and also can cause nutrient deficiencies. Number 3. Sugary drinks, such as soda and fruit juice, are high in added sugars and can lead to weight gain, an increased risk of diabetes, and other health problems. Consuming sugary drinks on a regular basis can cause spikes in blood sugar levels, leading to insulin resistance and eventually, diabetes. These drinks are also linked to increased risk of heart disease, due to the high amount of sugar and calories that can lead to high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and obesity. Additionally, sugary drinks have little to no nutritional value and can displace more nutrient-dense options in the diet. Number 4. Trans fats, found in many processed foods such as margarine and baked goods, can increase the risk of heart disease by raising levels of LDL cholesterol and lowering levels of HDL cholesterol in the body. They are often used to extend the shelf life of processed foods but have no health benefits. Trans fats can also contribute to obesity and inflammation. Furthermore, consuming foods high in trans fats can also increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. They are not essential for human health and should be avoided as much as possible. Number 5. High sodium foods, such as canned soups and frozen meals, can have a negative impact on our health by increasing the risk of high blood pressure and heart disease. Consuming too much sodium can cause our body to retain fluid, which can lead to an increase in blood volume and a rise in blood pressure. High blood pressure can put extra strain on our heart and blood vessels, increasing the risk of heart disease and stroke. Additionally, high sodium foods can also cause water retention and bloating, and can negatively impact the balance of electrolytes in the body. Long-term high sodium intake also linked to osteoporosis, kidney disease, and stomach cancer. Number 6. White sugar can have negative effects on our health. Consuming too much sugar can lead to weight gain, an increased risk of type 2 diabetes, and other health problems such as heart disease, high blood pressure, and tooth decay. Additionally, consuming excessive amounts of sugar can lead to blood sugar spikes and crashes, which can result in fatigue, irritability, and difficulty concentrating. Additionally, it can raise the risk of chronic diseases such as obesity, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. Furthermore, high intake of added sugars, particularly from sugar-sweetened beverages, is associated with an increased risk of death from heart disease. It is recommended to limit consumption of added sugars and replace them with healthier options. Number 7. High-fat dairy products can have negative effects on our health if consumed in excess. Consuming too much saturated fat, found in high-fat dairy products such as whole milk, butter, and cheese, can increase the risk of heart disease by raising LDL cholesterol levels. Additionally, high-fat dairy products are often high in calories, which can contribute to weight gain and obesity. Furthermore, consuming high-fat dairy products may also increase the risk of certain cancers, particularly colorectal cancer. However, some studies suggest that consuming moderate amounts of full-fat dairy may have a beneficial effect on weight management and heart health. So, it's important to be mindful of the amount and frequency of consuming high-fat dairy products, and to consider low-fat options as well as balanced diet. Number 8. Food containing high levels of pesticides can have negative effects on our health. Pesticides are chemicals that are used to protect crops from pests and diseases, but exposure to high levels of these chemicals can be harmful to human health. Consuming food that has been treated with pesticides can lead to a range of health problems, including neurological damage, birth defects, and cancer. Pesticides can also disrupt the endocrine system, which can lead to hormonal imbalances and reproductive problems. Pesticides can also be harmful to the gut microbiome, which can lead to inflammation and other health problems. Additionally, pesticides can also accumulate in the body over time, increasing the risk of chronic health issues. Therefore, it is important to limit exposure to pesticides by choosing organic food options, washing and peeling fruits and vegetables, and cooking food properly. Number 9. Some types of fish, like tuna, swordfish, and king mackerel, can contain high levels of a chemical called mercury. Mercury is a natural substance but can also come from pollution, and it can be harmful to our bodies. When we eat fish that has a lot of mercury in it, it can get stored in our bodies and cause problems. This can affect our nervous system, especially in children and pregnant women. It may cause problems with our memory, attention, and language skills. It can also cause problems with our vision and hearing. If a person eats too much fish with high levels of mercury, it can also damage their kidneys and affect their immune system. To avoid these problems, it is best to limit how much of these types of fish we eat and choose fish with lower levels of mercury. Number 10. Processed snacks like crackers, chips, and cookies can be bad for our body if we eat too much of them. These snacks are often made with a lot of added sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats, which can be bad for our health. Eating too many of these snacks can lead to weight gain and make it harder for us to control our weight. It can also make our heart and blood vessels unhealthy, leading to problems like high blood pressure and heart disease. These snacks often lack important vitamins and minerals that our body needs to stay healthy, so it's important to limit how much of these snacks we eat and choose healthier options like fruits, vegetables, and nuts instead. Number 11. Hydrogenated oils, or oils that have been changed to make them last longer and stay fresh. They are often used in processed foods like crackers, chips, and cookies, and also found in some margarines. Hydrogenated oils are not good for our body because they contain trans fats. Trans fats can raise our bad cholesterol levels and lower our good cholesterol levels, which can lead to heart disease. Eating too much trans fats can also increase our risk of developing type 2 diabetes, and it can contribute to weight gain and obesity. Trans fats can also cause inflammation in our body, which can lead to other health problems. To stay healthy, it is best to avoid foods that contain hydrogenated oils and trans fats as much as possible. Number 12. High-fat processed meats like sausages, salami, and ham can be bad for our bodies if we eat too much of them. These meats are often high in saturated fat, which can raise our bad cholesterol levels and increase our risk of heart disease. They also often contain a lot of salt, which can raise our blood pressure and make it harder for our heart and blood vessels to work properly. These meats are also often high in calories, which can contribute to weight gain and obesity. Eating too much processed meats can also be associated with some types of cancer, particularly colorectal cancer. To stay healthy, it is best to limit how much of these high-fat processed meats we eat and choose lean meats, fish, and plant-based protein sources instead. Number 13. Artificial food additives and preservatives are chemicals that are added to foods to help them last longer and stay fresh. Some of these chemicals can be bad for our bodies if we eat too much of them. Some artificial food additives and preservatives can cause allergies and other reactions in some people. They can also cause problems with our digestion and make our stomachs upset. Some of them may also be linked to cancer and other serious health issues. Some artificial food colorings have been linked to hyperactivity in children. To stay healthy, it is best to limit the amount of processed foods we eat and try to choose fresh foods as much as possible. It is also a good idea to read food labels and try to avoid foods that contain a lot of artificial additives and preservatives. Number 14. High fructose corn syrup is a type of sugar that is often added to processed foods and drinks to make them sweeter. It can be bad for our body if we eat too much of it. Eating too much high fructose corn syrup can lead to weight gain and make it harder for us to control our weight. It can also make our blood sugar levels go up and down, which can make us feel tired and grumpy. It can also make our heart and blood vessels unhealthy, leading to problems like high blood pressure and heart disease. High fructose corn syrup is also linked to an increased risk of type 2 diabetes. To stay healthy, it's best to limit how much high fructose corn syrup we eat, and try to choose foods that are made with natural sweeteners instead. Number 15. White flour is a type of flour that is used to make bread, pasta, and many other foods. It can be bad for our body if we eat too much of it. White flour is often found in processed foods, and it is made by removing the outer layers of the grain, which contain most of the fiber, vitamins, and minerals. This process also removes the bran and germ, which are the most nutritious parts of the grain. When we eat foods made with white flour, we don't get as many important nutrients as we would if we ate foods made with whole grains. Eating too much white flour can also lead to weight gain and make it harder for us to control our weight. It can also make our blood sugar levels go up and down, which can make us feel tired and grumpy. To stay healthy, it's best to choose whole grain products or products made with whole wheat flour.